think it would be significant in anybody's book. How would you feel if you made $92,000 in about 4 days?
I think that would be,
Would that work?
that's why I'm talking to you. That's why I'm here.
It doesn't happen every day. At least it doesn't happen every day to me. There's people that walk around this planet and say that they make those kind of deals every day. I'm sure somebody probably does. It doesn't happen to me every day.
One of those a year would put me worlds beyond where I am now. So that
Actually, in this town, if you made $100,000 a year, you'd be in the top 92 percentile of the whole population.
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand how much money per year, what class you're in.
What that really means.
Yeah. If you make 150,000, you're in like the top 96 percentile of the world or something like that. Just go read Millionaire Next Door, and they'll put it all into perspective for you. That was a great book that I used.
Wow.
But that's also one of your assignments
cool.
coming up soon.
Remember that.
So here, I have this internet website called homes2go.net, and that's my personal website. Not to be confused with homes2go.com, which is the big mall that everyone can use. But I got an email one day from a guy off the coast of Australia. He was on an oil rig. I forget how many miles off the coast of Australia. Now, just right off the top of your head, what's the chances, Wes, of me getting an email or a call or being contacted by this guy if I'm not associated with the World Wide Web?
Yeah, how would he ever know you exist? I mean,
right.
Yeah.
So this guy had a huge problem. He had several huge problems. One, his younger brother was a heroin addict.
Nice.
And had gained control of his mother's homestead via power of attorney.
Oh, jeez.
And in his mother's dementia, because she had lost her faculties, he had gotten this power of attorney for this house. So, and the brother, the one that had his head screwed on straight, the one that was on the oil rig making money, had been sending money to do the right thing by his mother, but his mother, not being in control of her mind, all the money got sucked away by the heroin addict little brother. And so this guy was just brokenhearted on this rig, trying to tell me, he goes, I don't want anything out of this house. I've sent all my money to help my mother, but it's all disappeared. And I'm sick. My mother's in her dying days, and they're about to put her on the street out of the hospice, and I'm here on this rig because I'm broke because I sent everything I had to my mother. It just never got to her.
Didn't make it.
Yeah, it didn't make it. So he says, this is what I need someone to do. I says, I need someone to mitigate the problems of my brother and understand that my brother is completely, out in left field, and that he'll lie, cheat, he'll do anything, and he can hardly hold a thought or a conversation very long. Someone's got to stay with him long enough to get this house out of my mom's name so that my mom can get Medicaid and get, health services that she needs.
That's a whole other dimension. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, well, when you have an asset, Medicaid, there's certain benefits that you get when you're older, or you're
be in a certain range.
Yeah, you can't have anything left. You can't have any assets. So I said, okay. So, and this is a long, tedious story, which is pretty fun to read. I've had a lot of people comment on it. It says a lot about how a deal's made and how you handle yourself in certain situations, or at least how I do, and how I kind of sized up this whole deal and the ups and downs of the whole deal. And if you want to read it, it's called Off the Coast of Australia is the name of the article. And
you gonna put that on a wealth address?
Yeah, I want you need to read it just to see how the deal was made.
Okay.
It's a real life story. It's about the contortions that I had to go through, and then you can decide if it's worth it or not. Okay. It's $92,000. How many contortions can you go through?
I think I'd bend over. Yeah, pretty backwards.
So go to wealthaddress.com and search under Mitch Stephen and read Off the Coast of Australia. It's actually going to be in the success stories. And the bottom line of this was, had I not been on the internet, I wouldn't have been able to purchase this property, because the guy would have never found me. Right. Now, I got the property under contract, and I had it contracted for sale before I ever closed. I actually owned the property technically for about 4 hours.
4 hours.
I had a contract to buy it, and then I had another title company had a contract to sell it, because I knew that this was enough profit that if my buyers got wind of it, it could potentially ruin the
Yeah.
deal. Not that it's any of their business how much
Right.
money I made on it, but it just happens that way.
Sure.
So I bought it, and then about 4 hours later I sold it, and I profited $92,000. It would have never, ever, ever happened if I hadn't had a cyber office, if I hadn't had a website. So that's my lesson of the day to you. That's my real life experience to you. And that's why when we get a little bit aggravated or we have to set up this office and it takes a little time, we're going to take some time to set this up.
Sure.
We're going to set it up right. We're going to start with how to pick a name.
Okay.
You're going to read that article, what's in a name,
Right.
and then we're going to go over to homesdoggo.com and we're going to set up your office, and I'm going to step by step give you the foundation that you will be able to network at lightning speed. People will know who you are within 4 months in this town. I mean,
like that.
a lot of people are going to know who you are.
Great.
Okay? And that's how you're going to get your first deal. I'm betting out of all the things that we try to get a deal, I'm going to bet you right now. I'm going to bet
All
you
right.
dinner, you and your wife,
Okay.
at Saltgrass, okay?
Hey.
Okay?
I like it.
That the deal that you make happens over the internet.
Really?
And if it doesn't, I'll buy you and your wife a steak.
That's fair.
All right?
I can't buy you anything until I make a deal, so I better not lose.
All right. That's about it. Thank you guys. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a great story. And
We're going to get together here in another couple of
Okay.
days. We're going to talk about what name you picked. We're going to see what name this guy picks. He's going to read that article, and then he's going to pick a name, and then we can all be the judge of if the guy has any sense at all, okay? Because it's real easy what he needs to do. We'll see if he gets it.
sounds like a plan.
All
Thanks,
right,
Mitch.
man.
I appreciate
See
it. We'll see you. All right, everybody. That was Mitch Stephen. That's my mentor, and you can see why this is going to work and why I'm here. So thanks again, Mitch, for everything. I appreciate it, and we're going to keep on trucking.